Hey, what's up, guys? This is your friend Sean. Hopefully, everybody's doing great this morning. If I cough, sniffle, or sneeze, please forgive me. I've been trying to get over this cold or cough for the last, it's probably like 5 weeks now, maybe even 6 weeks. Anyhow, if you guys are interested in starting a private security company in the state of California, I offer study materials. I have a book on Amazon called The Private Patrol Operator, Managing a Private Security Company in California. I have a couple of copies available in my home office, and I'm willing to mail them out at a reduced cost. Just get a hold of me through crimebullet.com, crimebullet.com, and just mention that you heard me talking about the discount of my book, The Private Patrol Operator, and I'll mail it directly to you instead of going through Amazon. It's a hassle for me, but I do have like 8 or 9 or 10 copies available. Excuse me. Hey, what's up, TV? Also, if you're interested in starting a security company, I offer a 40-hour online course. It's a private patrol operator, leadership and development class. And it teaches you how to manage a security company while navigating through the labor code, navigating through the business professions code, penal code, vehicle code in the state of California. So I received an anonymous tip. I received some good information from somebody who watches our videos. Like I said before, guys, we have eyes and ears all over the security industry. There's a lot of security companies that don't like me. They don't like this channel. And their employees watch these videos, and they provide intel on a regular basis about the company that they're working for. You cannot escape negligence. You cannot escape circumventing the standards in the private security industry. You're going to get caught. Once again, we have eyes and ears all over the place. We have close to 12,000 subscribers, and many of them, again, are working for your company. If you own a security company and you're wondering, what does your company mean? Well, referring to you. Anyhow, so I got some information about Front Range Patrol. I saw a video that came from Reddit, and there's a lot of controversy. I mean, a lot. Basically, what you have, it looks like a trespasser, maybe a transient, an unhoused individual. The guy probably doesn't want to leave. He's near a trash container, and they tell him something. I'm pretty sure that there's some discussion. There's some orders to leave the property before the camera starts recording. And then you see an officer. You see two officers that apparently are dressed in Front Range Patrol attire, right? It looks like the logos. Again, I can't 100% confirm it is Front Range Patrol, but somebody, again, who has affiliations with the company told me that it is Front Range Patrol. So there's two officers. There's a contact officer and a cover officer. They mix roles up. One officer gets in this guy's face. He gets in his personal space, and it's the type of closing in distance that you would engage in, like when you're in high school, right? And you're trying to pick a fight with somebody. You get into their face. There's pushing and shoving. That's what I see. And in security and in law enforcement, we're trained to either close that gap quickly for an arrest, or to maintain 1.5 arm lengths distance away from a suspicious person or somebody that you're contacting, and even further away if that person is aggressive. But no, you see the complete opposite. Now, guys, if you have a security officer or security guard that keeps pushing you, I mean verbally, right? Verbally pushing you to fight, and then you get into that person's breathing distance, don't you think that that provokes a fight? So there's no need to do that. If you're going to close the distance, then close the distance to effect an arrest, not just because you want to invade that person's personal space. What the security guard is basically saying is, I'm going to invade your personal space. What are you going to do about it? And this trespasser does something about it. He pushes them, right? He pushes the front range guard, and then the scuffle ensues. Front range guard deploys a taser, okay, on this person. And then what happens after that, the subject pulls out a knife. And they're on the radio basically saying, I got one at gunpoint or something like that, right? They're giving them commands to drop the knife. The taser was not effective, not surprisingly. And they're holding him at gunpoint. One security guard is telling the other, handcuff him. And then he hesitates. And then you see some type of, again, some altercation ensue. And then later on, the camera shuts off. I want you to imagine that if you are the front range patrol guard, this guy comes closer at you with the knife, and you drop him. Okay? You're an armed guard, you drop him. How are you going to articulate this in court? Guys, the question is, who is the aggressor? And did you know that you can lose the privilege of self-defense if you're the aggressor? So you can, if you're the subject, meaning you're the trespasser, hold on a minute. There's a point in time where you can use self-defense. And I would make an argument that this guard came close to me, maybe didn't give me any commands, walked into my personal space with maybe clenched fist and was encouraging me to fight. And at that point in time, I thought that he was going to fight. So I end up pushing him away. Well, why'd you push him away? To get him away from me. That's why I pushed him away. So then you're the guard, and then now you're trying to subdue this person who used self-defense to get you away from him. Think about that. And then they're armed guards, right? Hey, well, why'd you pull the knife out? Well, because they were armed. Just because you have a police officer badge, a security badge, security credentials, you have a permit to carry a firearm, okay, that doesn't mean that you can do whatever you want. And at any moment of time, you can become a suspect. You can become the aggressor. You can become the criminal. At any time. Now, how do you prevent that from happening? Well, you use appropriate and necessary force. You clearly identify yourself. You clearly identify your objectives. And before using force, you give a verbal warning. Now, I understand that Denver, Colorado is there's some hard areas in Denver, Colorado. I get it. There's some dangerous areas. And you need a security force out there that is willing to go hands-on if needed. It's very possible that Denver Police Department will not respond to these incidents of trespassing. And it might be common in that area where you have to go hands-on and put handcuffs on people. And I'm okay with that. Some people are not, but I'm okay with it. It's within your lawful authority. But here, I don't think that they're in the right. I think what is a better solution to this problem is I would give this guy multiple commands. Okay? Well, I start from the beginning. Hi, sir. My name is Sean. I'm with ABC Private Security Services. How's your day going for you right now? Are you okay? Is there anything I can help you with? And you can assess someone's ill intentions. You can assess whether they live there by just asking that question, right? And then there's a point in time where you're going to have to be assertive with them and say, hey, sir, I understand that you're looking for some recyclables. However, this is private property, and I am kindly asking you to leave. What is wrong with that? And if the guy says, F you, like, I'm not going anywhere, make me leave. Sir, I don't want to make you leave. I would like you to leave on your own terms. So, I give you some time. How much is a reasonable amount of time so that you can grab your belongings and leave? You know what? 5 minutes. Give me 5 minutes. Okay. Can I help you grab your belongings? Can I offer you a drink of water? A snack or something like that? So you'd be a little bit more comfortable on your way. It looks like maybe you didn't get what you wanted from the trash can. Can I help you to a voucher for food or something like that? Now, some of you are saying, that's crazy. Like, why am I offering a food, water? Guys, it goes a long way. It goes a long way. And no, you don't have to extend your arm like that and offer all these things. You don't have to do that. But I'm just saying that verbal persuasion goes a long way. Okay, and then there's a point in time where they're not going to cooperate. I get it. Sir, I understand that you don't want to leave. However, I'm going to have to place you under private person's arrest if you continue to refuse to leave. F you, I'm not leaving. Okay, sir, what I need you to do is stand up and go ahead and turn around and put your hands on top of your head. No, I'm not going to do that. Okay, that's when you can move in. You could use speed, and I am not going to use the word speed. Never mind. That's another class. I don't want to give anybody the wrong impression and start going violent on people, but use your strategies, guys. Use your strategies to put that person in handcuffs. There's two of you. You can do that, but you don't have to get into someone's face and in a challenging way. If you're going to close the distance, then close the distance and go hands-on and effect an arrest. Not just doing that so that somebody can start a fight with you. That's just dumb. What is also troubling is this is body cam footage. There's a date and timestamp. Okay? How in the world did this video get uploaded onto Reddit? And I have a couple of explanations. I will tell you that I don't see the owners or managers of Front Range Patrol putting up this content. I just don't see them doing that. I don't see them uploading it to Reddit or uploading it to social platforms. I don't see that happening because it doesn't put them in a positive light, for sure. 100% confirmed on that. What I see is a concerned employee that used to work for Front Range Patrol or that currently works for Front Range Patrol that has sent it to somebody else or has uploaded it to Reddit themselves. That's what happened. Somebody there is concerned. And the person that reached out to me is not the same person that uploaded this video. You're talking about two different people. So now I have two people that are concerned about the quality of service. that are connected, that are most likely connected to Front Range Patrol. Again, I can't confirm that, but you guys know what I mean, right? That's another thing, guys, with body cam, right? There has to be some access control. I'm not saying that uploading it was a bad idea. I'm just saying that you might have some private information on body cams that you might obtain through your workings with the client that might get uploaded, and you're gonna have to use some preventive measure. But that's topic another story. I don't want to run into that rabbit hole. Overall, if you work for Front Range Patrol, you own the company, you manage the company, you watch my videos. You watch my videos all the time. And you maybe don't like what I say, or maybe there's another perspective. Maybe there's additional information. And I'm willing to talk to you on YouTube Live or live stream. There's no script, no rehearsal, really on any of us. And I just have a lot of questions. That's it. That's it. Now, you guys could form your own impressions on Front Range Patrol. I have mine. Don't let my perspective of the company influence your decision, but I don't like what I see. I don't like what I see, and I think we can do a lot better. I am really frustrated, though, because when one or two officers conducts themselves in an interesting way, in a questionable way, it affects everybody. It affects everybody, and it gives everybody a bad reputation. You don't know if there's customers or clients, transients that watch some of these videos, or they know that certain security companies they're heavy-handed, right? You don't know that, but it can affect public perception. For example, you might get a legislator that's going to create new laws. I don't know what the new law would be. Maybe, and this is just a wild idea. Okay, maybe the new law might be that every security officer needs a body cam, right? And the public at any point in time can access the footage. Now, this is like a wild idea that probably wouldn't even become a law, but I'm just saying that, just for example, for lack of a better idea. I don't know, you might have a legislator that might pass some legislation saying that security officers no longer have private person's arrest authority. Something wild like that. I mean, guys, it's Colorado. Colorado is a primarily, I would say Colorado it's kind of a primarily conservative state, but the liberal legislation or left-leaning legislation gets passed because of Denver, Colorado, because of the population there. But I think generally the people of Colorado are conservative-leaning people, right? Guys, we could do so much better than getting into people's faces and challenging them to fight. What's right is right, what's wrong is wrong. And we have to do so much better. And guys, if you work with a heavy-handed partner, the BSIS, the Bureau of Security Service, the Bureau of Security and Investigative Services encourages de-escalation, and they talk about a duty to intercede, right? Your duty, now it's not a legal duty for you, but guys, if you have, look, I think you have a moral obligation to intervene if your partner is heavy-handed. I would say, hey, partner, look, I got it from here. I got you. I'll take care of it. I'll take care of him. And then give him a task or something like that. Hey, partner, can you get the address and relate to dispatch? There's a specific address. There's like certain, this one's, it's like we're at a subunit. We're north of a subunit or west of like a subunit. of a building, get me the letter. It should be A through F. It's around the corner over here. Don't worry, I got it over here. So while your partner leaves, that gives them time to cool off while you have a discussion with this person. And for me, I would say, hey, I apologize, sir. My partner looks like he's a little bit frustrated. How about you and I work on this? Hey, what do you mean work on this? Like, I don't want to go anywhere. Look, my partner's going to be back in 5 minutes. And I'm not telling you to leave right now. I'm kindly asking you to leave. How long will it take? And obviously there's a point in time where you're going to have to tell him to leave, right? But you can play the good cop, bad cop scenario. And it works. I'm telling you, it works. Give your partner a task, right? Hey, partner, do you mind turning on the amber lights? Or can you turn on the amber lights of your patrol unit so that LE knows where you're at? Law enforcement knows where we're at when we call them. Hopefully your unit is like 100 paces away or something like that. That'd be great. But give them a task. And then, your partner doesn't have to leave the area, because some of you are thinking, well, officer safety, now I have one less partner. That, that might be true, maybe. But I see the situation de-escalating when you're having your partner perform a task. Also, the patrol unit or the golf cart, whatever you guys use, it might be within hand reach. If your partner is heavy-handed, hey, partner, you might get in the trespass form. It's somewhere in the trunk. So let's just say that it's on the front right driver's seat area. Just tell him look in the trunk. It might be in there. So he spends all this time looking for something that's not there. Again, it's going to re-divert his attention. And these are just some of the tips I have. What's up, Social Security Specialist, Noontime, Randy, Giannis, Dennis, and FCJ9. Who else is here? Hey, the security guy 47's here. And American Dream Chasers here. Welcome, guys. Thank you so much for chiming in the live stream. Guys, if you have any input, I know that you do, please comment below. If you have any intel about the company, let us know. If you work for the company, you own the company, I honestly want to do a YouTube live. I don't want I don't want these phone calls. Hey, what are we going to talk about, Sean? Directly respond to me. Hey, I'm down for a YouTube live video. Let's talk about what happened. We'll put everything on the screen and you explain what happened in that situation. Explain, how do you deal with? I mean, is this proper protocol for your company? Were they in the right? And if so, why? Just an explanation. You don't have to do that, but I'm just asking. And I think I've called on Front Range Patrol because they watch these videos. To doing a Q&A, and they've never responded. Okay, they never responded. I had a couple of other channels block me on Instagram. Oh, by the way, I'm on Instagram under the Firearms Trainer. I think it was Newton Patrol, right? They blocked me. They blocked me on Instagram, right? And why did they block me? I mean, they blocked me, that's a good thing, right? But I just want to know why I was blocked. And I send like a couple of messages. Why'd you block me? Why'd you block me? And, I'm still blocked. Anyhow, even Newton Patrol, I have questions. We have questions. Now, are we putting them in the same category as all the other security companies that we've been criticizing? No, of course, I don't think we'll put them in the same category. I just have questions for a lot of security companies out there. All right, guys, take care, and everybody be safe.